how to show to the other person the importance of the prayer.
I think that most people today realize that there is something more to life than just the material things, than just what we see in this world. There is something more to life which involves relationships, and especially relationship with God. There is a deep hunger in people for a way to enter into that kind of communion, that kind of relationship with God. In the age of the internet and the computer, sometimes even our relationships with other people can become more difficult. Prayer is a way to talk directly with God and to listen to God talking to us. I don't think we need to convince people of the need. I think we need to help them realize how they can pray.
According to St. Alphonsus, prayer is very important, and it's necessary to stay alive. And today we have a lot of difficulties. At the time we need a little bit more love, effort, and this personal relationship. What is the most important? Everything is important.
It is. For St. Alphonsus, the most important thing is love. Love is above and beyond everything else. That if we can love Jesus Christ, then we will love other people. He will love other people in and through us. And if we do that, that is the way to sanctity, to holiness, to really become saints. And we see it in people like Blessed John Paul, like St. Faustina, very easy. That's the most important. Personal relationship with God can only be a relationship of love, not of fear.
Father, according to St. Alphonsus, is the meditation, daily meditation, very important.
Yes.
You wrote very nice in this book. Today we don't have the time. We don't have. We are in stress. We are in a rush.
Yes.
How do you see how we can teach as a Redemptorists to make the meditation, to meditate?
Because we don't have the time, and because we live in an atmosphere of stress, we need meditation today more than ever, mental prayer. A young priest who came to St. Alphonsus, who talked about he couldn't possibly make an hour a day because he was so busy with so many important things, preaching, the sacrament, celebrating Eucharist, baptizing. And St. Alphonsus says, you're absolutely right. You can't make an hour of meditation a day, but you should make at least 2. The more stressed we are, the more we have to recognize our need to slow down, the need to be in that relationship with God. And not just to say prayers, but to allow God also to speak to us. It's a way of quieting our mind and our heart so that we can be in communion with Him. And the same is true in any relationship, human or with Jesus Christ. In a human relationship, if we never have time just to sit and be quiet with a person who is our friend, our husband or wife, or our children, the relationship won't grow. It'll only be based on external activities. The same with our relationship with Jesus Christ. If He is truly our friend and our brother and our Redeemer, we have to make that time just to sit and be quiet.
Yeah, now it's very difficult to be quiet.
It is.
Everyone would like to talk to the others, but to listen
is hard. Is hard. And it's not just a question of we may not hear God speak to us clearly. And we can be very distracted in prayer. But when we take that time just to sit and be quiet with Him, it can be in a chapel in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament. It can be in our room. It can be sitting beside the river. Just take a moment to be quiet and calm down. Pay attention to our breathing. Pay attention to, well, the fact that God is with us. He's promised to be always with us. If we do that, we might not feel the immediate effects of the prayer, but it will have an impact in our lives, and little by little it'll change us and transform us.
We have also all over the world the parishes. This is sometimes very nice, sometimes it's the problem, because we don't know what we should make first, to be the missioner or to be the pastor or in the service for the people in the parish.
Yeah.
how you think how is possible to put together both the missionary and the pastoral work in the parish?
At the heart of being a Redemptorist missionary is that we want people to know and experience the good news that Jesus Christ came to bring. There are many means of doing it. Preaching parish missions have a very special place in our history and are a very important part of our ministry and work today. But for St. Alphonsus, the method was not as important as the message, as our ability to bear witness to the reality of Jesus living among us, with us here and now, as our friend. Now, we can do that in a parish. We can do it in preaching parish missions. In our parishes, there has to be a focus on that presence of Jesus Christ with us, and the invitation to enter into personal relationship with Him. In a parish, I think we are calling people to engage with us in this message of evangelization. If we can communicate to them the reality of Jesus, not as someone from 2,000 years ago, but as someone with us here and now, they'll become missionaries as well and touch people in other places where they work, where they live. The goal is that the good news be proclaimed. And the good news is simple. God loves us. God is always with us. God is willing to give us all the grace and strength we need to face the challenges of everyday life. And that Jesus truly is our brother, our Redeemer, our friend. So we can do it in a parish. We can do it like this, through the internet. We can do it through media like Radio Maria. The important thing is that that message remains constant.
We need the new Redemptorist.
Mm-hmm.
How is possible to be the Redemptorist today? How you can invite the young people to be the Redemptorists today in Poland, in Europe, all over the world?
All over the world. I think the first thing we have to do is we have to live the vocation to which we've been called. And we have to live it joyfully. I can think of no better way to live my life than as a Redemptorist missionary. And if we can transmit some sense of that joy that we feel in our vocation, mm-hmm. people will feel inclined to say, what's the source of this for you? Mm-hmm. You've given up marriage. You've given up so many worldly goods. You're obedient to a superior. How can you be happy? If we can respond, because I've given my life to God through Jesus Christ in this congregation for the sake of the abandoned and the poor, why don't you think about it too? We can use more. Come and join us. We have to realize there are very serious cultural factors, human factors in the world today. Families are smaller. It is very difficult in the world in which we live for many young people to think of leaving so many opportunities behind to choose this way of life. If we don't radiate the joy and peace which it brings to us, if our communities can really become beacons, places where people see there's something about those men. If that happens, others might consider just maybe there's something more than I've thought of before in this way of life.
Father, thank you so much for this short interview, and we hope that we as Redemptorists will have the vocations and will be somebody who will follow Jesus and follow also the Son of Alphonsus.
Thank you very much, and thank you for all the hospitality we've received here in Poland during this time together.